You saw it in the thumbnail. BJ Penn could be headed toward the psych ward. This is why we waited to get the stream going, a little late night action. This is breaking news. Look, this just got posted an hour ago, 9:03 p.m. Pacific. So it was a slow ass news day. If you're back from last night's stream, you already know 30 days straight of streaming. We're on like what? Since Tuesday we've been running it. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This is day 4. Day 4 of the 30-day consecutive streak. We got another hot story. Hot story. So we might as well just get into it. But welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Also, I will just go ahead and give a little spoiler alert. I think it's already in the title of this video. But Dillon Danis leaked his next opponent in MMA, if anybody's curious. I'm curious about it. So I'll tell you guys who my guess is. He didn't give full details, but he gave a big detail. So we'll go ahead and watch some of those clips from the Mighty Mouse podcast. But in this one, BJ Penn basically ordered by the court to go ahead and get a mental health evaluation before they proceed to trial for this whole entire lawsuit that's going on between him and his mom, or this legal battle where she's trying to get a restraining order. I don't even know what they're going to court for, but he's going to court, I think, for all these arrests that have been happening. So I don't even know if it's pertaining to his mom. I think that he's about to get his final court date for all these arrests that have been going down over this entire year pretty much. And before they proceed with this, they're actually making him undergo a mental health evaluation. And if he fails it, he's going to the psych ward. And he's not going to trial. Or whatever you call it. You all might fucking guess this guy's headed to the psych ward. This guy's headed to the psych ward. I don't want to talk too much before we start this off, but the last thing I'll say is if anybody's been following along, he posted a video recently of himself with, what everyone is speculating to be chronics in Hawaii. He was wearing a wig, and he said the only way out is in. Super weird, super cryptic. But people got concerned, and now all of a sudden he has to undergo this mental health evaluation before he goes to trial or something. So let's just read this real quick and see if it can be explained better than I just explained it. UFC Hall of Famer BJ Penn will soon be taking on a different kind of fitness challenge. A state psychologist will determine if the MMA legend is mentally fit and penal responsible for multiple criminal charges against him, including abuse of a family member, refusing to comply with a police officer, and violating a temporary restraining order. With the fitness to proceed examinations, the examiner is trying to determine whether or not the person, the individual, understands what they're being accused of or what they're being charged with, and then also whether or not they can assist in their own defense, said legal analyst Gina Gormley. Gormley is not associated with any of Penn's cases, so she's just an expert on the news channel, I guess. She said there could be multiple outcomes in the case of penal responsibility. The examiner is there to determine whether or not the person or the individual had the cognitive capacity at the time of the alleged offense. The doctor could determine if Penn is fit to proceed. In that case, the criminal cases will continue. If Penn is deemed not fit to proceed, he will be committed to the custody of the state. In California, we call that 5150'd. I don't know what they be calling it in Hawaii or whatever state you're from, but in California, we call that 5150'd. And be placed in an appropriate facility for treatment. If the examiner finds Penn is not penal responsible but fit to proceed, Penn could potentially use that as a defense if this case goes to trial. If it does, a judge or jury could either find Penn guilty, not guilty, or not guilty by reason of insanity. Both Penn and his attorney tried to convince the judge not to order the exam. Maybe on 3 occasions you said, Mr. Penn, I know you're a smart man. I just think that you should get a lawyer because of all the different legal stuff, said Penn. So how did I go from a smart man to taking a mental health examination? Penn's attorney said there is no factual basis for a health exam. I'm asking the court to just place most, if not all, weight on what happens in court versus what the prosecutor is relying on, which seems to me, the bulk of it at least, seems to be social media. Yeah, that's why I'm saying the part about I think this recent video where he posted himself with a wig with what people are speculating to be chronics, I think that's ordering this mental health exam. And the BJ's attorney saying, bro, if that's all that's prompting this mental health exam, you guys are crazy. So I think they're going through with it anyway, though. It didn't matter. Penn has posted videos on his Instagram wearing a wig and claiming his mother is an imposter. Those are two separate ones. The Hilo businesswoman Lorraine Shin, 79 years old, claims her son has been diagnosed with Capgras syndrome, which is when it's a specific ass syndrome. It's like believing your family's been replaced by imposters. Like, it's super specific. That's exactly what BJ Penn is accusing his mom of, and his brothers and his kids and his nephews. Just trust this process, Mr. Penn. It will work. Penn's currently out on bail, due back in court on January 9th to discuss the psychologist's findings. The exam will be sealed. Damn, so we won't know, but if Penn goes away, we know the result. We can watch this clip. It's pretty much, this was just a translation. This whole article was like a translation of this video, so, but let's watch it.
Aloha, I'm
You can see BJ in court and shit like that in this video, so let's tap into this.
Lisa Burgos, thanks for joining us. Hilo prosecutors are questioning if MMA legend BJ Penn is fit to stand trial. He's facing multiple criminal charges, including abuse of a family member. The judge ordered him to take a mental health examination. Our Chelsea Davis has the details.
BJ Penn!
UFC Hall of Famer BJ Penn will soon be taking on a different kind of fitness challenge. A state psychologist will determine if the MMA legend is mentally fit and penal responsible for multiple criminal charges against him, including abuse of a family member, refusing to comply with a police officer, and violating a temporary restraining order.
With the fitness to proceed examinations, the examiner is trying to determine whether or not the person, the individual, understands what they're being accused of or what they're being charged with, and then also whether or not they can assist in their own defense.
Legal analyst Gina Gormley is not associated with any of Penn's cases, but says there could be multiple outcomes.
In the case of penal responsibility, the examiner is there to determine whether or not the person or the individual had the cognitive capacity at the time of the alleged offense.
In other words, the doctor could determine if Penn is fit to proceed. In that case, the criminal cases will continue where it left off. If Penn is deemed not fit to proceed, he will be committed to the custody of the state and be placed in an appropriate facility for treatment.
Maybe on 3 occasions you said, Mr. Penn, I know you're a smart man. I just think that you should get a lawyer because of all the different legal stuff. So how did I go from a smart man to taking a mental health examination?
The 46-year-old and his attorney argued the need for a mental health evaluation, saying there's no factual basis for one.
I'm asking the court to just place most, if not all, weight on what happens in court versus what the prosecutor is relying on, which seems to me, the bulk of it at least, seems to be social media posts.
The only way out is in.
Penn has posted videos on his Instagram page wearing a wig and claiming his mother is an imposter. 79-year-old Hilo businesswoman Lorraine Shin claims her son has been diagnosed with Capgras delusional syndrome.
Just trust this process, Mr. Penn. It'll work.
Penn is currently out on bail. He's due back in court on January 9th. Chelsea Davis, Hawaii News Now.
Thank you, Chelsea.
Lorraine Shin claims her son has been diagnosed with Capgras delusional syndrome.
Just trust this process, Mr. Penn. It'll work.
Penn is currently out on bail. He's due back in court on January 9th.
My bad, I forgot I was muted. January 9th, he got a little minute till he's back in there. 3 months. The situation's got a comedy aspect to it. What up, Jew? It's also got like a 2020 Dateline NBC aspect to it. Like, this is for sure gonna be a Netflix special. It's gotta be. Same with, this is a little bit off topic and not MMA related, but if anybody's been paying attention to the news, that dude like David or something, he's not even like a rapper. He's like a, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like that emo type guy. I'm just waiting on that 2020 to drop. That girl being found in his front trunk of the Tesla. This is that magnitude. It's got that, you know, and it's just like adding to it. Like, now BJ could be locked in a psych ward. Let's see where this all goes. Craziness, madness. Is BJ crazy? Honestly, bro, if he ain't crazy, he's high as fuck. I think it's what fucking I think it's both. I think he's got CTE and I think he's got a drug problem. I think that's got to be what it is. We saw the video of him kicking it with the Chronics in Hawaii. You know, we don't need to go back to it. Let me see. Where is it? Hoping I don't scroll past it. Here it is. Okay. So here's BJ. Yeah, he's just high as fuck, dude. BJ's literally high as fuck. That's the problem.
Stand in line, let them know.
No, I don't want to change.
This guy right here in the fucking wheelchair, huge giveaway, huge red flag. People were hating on me saying this, but I swear to God, this is the guy who gets a lot of the meds. That's why he's in the wheelchair. Nobody's got a groomed fucking cut.
Show me your.
What's on the table? Like Hawaiian snacks and shit, water, moving boxes, homeboy with the yellow hat in the back. Like, we can't miss you, homeboy. Advil. Stick. Looks like this is Panda Express Mandarin chicken packet sauce. You guys know that? The teriyaki chicken sauce. Panda Express. Vruka hat.
Do you want that key?
The only way out is in.
The only way out is in, he says. So yeah, I think BJ's just high as fuck, bro. To be dead honest with you. So yeah, that's all on BJ for now. Yeah, I mean, unreal. I guess we'll have an update on January 9th. But it's crazy because BJ's request to have his mom's identity verified gets denied. But then, like, you know, BJ got to go undergo a mental health evaluation because his mom calls him crazy. So it's like he doesn't get the same courtesies for his accusations as his mom gets for hers. I know he's been arrested, so that's just like the cause to green light it. Hawaii has a huge meth problem. Oh, a huge meth problem. Huge meth problem. I don't know why it's so big. Should we find that out? Let's ask. What, ChatGPT? Is ChatGPT the one for us right now? They're gonna be too positive. Shit. ChatGPT is gonna be too positive. Look, it's a complex issue, but there are a number of interrelated reasons why methamphetamine, especially crystal meth, often called ice, has become such a serious problem in Hawaii. I'll outline the major contributing factors and how they interact. If you want, I can also share what's being done to address the problem. I mean, we're not interested in finding out what they're doing to address it. We just want to know why BJ's high as fuck all the time. Geography/import routes. Hawaii is an island chain, which means many drugs have to be imported rather than produced locally. This doesn't stop meth from being transported in, but it does shape how drug trafficking works. Yeah, because there's a lot of meth labs in Hawaii. They just, you know, what's the word? Set up shop. Breaking Bad style. Breaking Bad style. Just cook that shit up. Tons of meth labs in Hawaii. Breaking Bad should have been made in Hawaii, bro. They should make a Hawaii Breaking Bad. There are established trafficking routes from Mexico and the U.S. West Coast and also from Asia. Mexican cartels are known to send meth and other synthetic drugs into Hawaii, often via air or sea cargo, parcel mail services, parcel mail services, or commercial flights. Because chains of islands need supplies transported, there are more opportunities for smuggling through postal services or concealed shipments. Demand and utility. Meth has qualities that make it attractive in certain economic conditions. These are just stupid ass like reasons now. Some people report using meth to help cope with demands of work. Many people in Hawaii work multiple jobs. That's true. I know a lot of people who work multiple jobs. Like lots of people. Lots of people. It's a peer pressure drug or something like that, they're saying. Once meth becomes established in a community, it's hard to get rid of it. Damn, meth in Hawaii is high purity. It says meth has been in Hawaii longer than in many parts of the mainland U.S. It became entrenched during the 1980s. When crystal meth first spread through Hawaii from Asia, Korea, and the Philippines, specifically. Oh, limited local production, but easy import. So it's, I guess I was wrong. They don't make a lot of meth labs. I know they exist, though. It's a big part of, like, the cops are always busting meth labs. Because Hawaii is remote, setting up large meth labs is harder. Yeah, due to detection, resources, regulatory oversight, cops are always busting meth labs. So that must be why they rely on trafficking it. They just fucking ship that shit in a fucking envelope. Stuff it in between a couple shirts and off it goes. Alright, that's enough of the whole meth topic in Hawaii, but that's why BJ Penn's high as fuck all the time. Now let's this interview was pretty good. Mighty and Dillon Danis.
You know what, Dillon? I figured out how to get you in the
Oh damn, my headphones are out.
You sign up for UFC BJJ.
Claudia Gadea doesn't want to sign me because I ghosted her back in the day, and so she runs it.
She's not into men, she's into women.
Well, she was at one point, and yes. I'm not gonna get into that.
Right now, you've been saying you beat John Jones, you beat Islam. Who in the UFC roster is gonna be the toughest fight for you?
Champion versus champion, me versus Islam. Come on. I beat him that night, so I beat Khabib that night too. So this is the real belt.
You didn't beat Khabib that night. Khabib choked your boy out, and you sat there and watched it happen.
Yeah.
I think it's right.
Well, let's talk about that next fight. You say you have a fight coming up. You can talk about it if you want, or you don't have to. But you said it's in mixed martial arts, right?
Yeah.
Let's get back to that.
Sorry, yeah. Well, there's not that many guys who want to fight me because they're scared. Like, even Till admitted it at the press conference. He said, like, I like my knees. Like, I don't want to fucking goddamn go in there and get my leg locked and get healed. So there's Tony now, after watching me fight, doesn't want to fight in MMA, which kind of fucking is so annoying. The Eddie Hall fight is there, which is crazy. He's 465 pounds, but I think it's going to happen. The guy that we're going to fight next, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. It's a good name. For me being 3-0, it's a 3-time UFC world champion. So...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My prediction is Robbie Lawler. Robbie Lawler won the belt once, defended it twice, and then lost it on his third attempt at defending it against Tyron Woodley. So that makes him a 3-time UFC world champion. 170 pounds. Dillon Danis fights at 170. Robbie Lawler's, how do I put it? He's been training. He's still in like the UFC testing pool and shit. Misfits. I don't know. I think it's Robbie Lawler. But really, you guys tell me if you could think of any other 3-time UFC champions who are retired, who might be allowed to go into Misfits, meaning they're in good graces with the UFC and shit. I think it's Robbie Lawler, dude. You guys think it's Robbie Lawler? We can continue.
Now, is this under Misfits banner
Misfits,
for the 170-pound strap?
Yeah, it would be under Misfits for the belt. And it would be good. I just can't say. I don't know if I am allowed to say it. I mean, who the fuck cares?
I like that. That'd be a great fight. MMA, that'd be a great fight. Because he's got kicks. He's got some decent boxing.
He doesn't sell. He's got good kicks.
Who cares who fucking sells or not? You got all the money in the world, don't you?
Yeah, I know.
So why do you need more money?
Well, okay, I'm 3-0. You're not giving me any credit. The guy that you fought on your fourth fight was what, like 0-20 something. So like me to fight, yeah.
Who me?
Yeah, I checked your record.
Hey,
I did my research.
Yeah, the fourth guy I fought in
might be 0-1.
Let's take a look right now. You want to?
That's pretty much that. You guys give me your guesses. I think it's Robbie Lawler though. I'm going to say Robbie Lawler. A couple other topics in this interview were kind of good. Dillon said he was in talks.
Basically, it was supposed to be Nate Diaz, and then we waited like 2-3 weeks. It was fucking like hell. And then it was supposed to be Masvidal, and then we had Masvidal. And then who else did we had? We had a bunch of names. We had Perry, we had Cerrone, we had... Oh, man, I don't remember all the names. There were so many names. So then at one point, it was just like, you know what? I'm sitting on the couch, like, not doing anything. I'm making a bunch of money anyway, but I want to fight. That's what I want to do. That's what I love to do. So I said, give me anybody. So they said, we have a guy who's 1-0. He has like 6 professional boxing fights. I said, sure, whatever. Give it to me. And they were like, no one wants to fight you, so you are the world champion. All the guys in the UFC don't want to fight me, so this is the real 170-pound belt.
Gotcha. So you say you had Nate Diaz, Mike Perry, Jorge Masvidal all lined up. Now, were these guys negotiating with KSI in order to fight you for the 170-pound world title, or was this the people you wanted to fight? Like, were there actual negotiations going back and forth?
There was negotiations between them and Mams. It's not KSI, so Mams does the negotiations. I don't know if you know who he is. He's like the kind of like the head of Misfits, and then KSI is kind of like the face. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's kind of like a Hunter and Dana kind of dynamic. But yeah, there was all negotiations for sure. I thought we had the Nate Diaz one. We had it down to the wire. The Masvidal one was literally 100%. I said yes. His manager said yes 100%. And then he was like, oh, he needs to win 1 or 2 more fights because like it's not worth it for me to fight a guy that's 2-0. You know what I mean? So then I was like, okay, I'll keep fighting, whatever, because I could beat all these guys. Like I've been saying this since the beginning. Like there's no one on my level. Like what happened in that fight? It was 6 seconds. I said they say 15, but it didn't matter if it was Islam. It wouldn't matter if it was John Jones, Francis. It would all be the same outcome.
All right, buddy. Let's just see if DJ keeps you in check real quick, or unless I have to.
Gotcha. Well, let's go back to the beginning, because I think a lot of people don't take you serious, but you have a legit background in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, he just blows right past that. Ain't no way, dude. Ain't no way. Fucking. What do you say? Francis Ngannou, John Jones, and someone else. Islam. This guy's crazy. But hey, I actually think he's Islam. I actually do think he's a terrible grappling matchup for Islam stylistically. 100%. 100%. In a pure grappling aspect, let's say Islam takes him down, I think Dillon gives Islam fits. Unless Dillon is completely washed on the ground. But prime Dillon, Islam don't want to see him on the ground. But Dillon's getting knocked the fuck out by Islam, bro. You can't take him down. Islam's just going to strike with you, and there ain't nothing you could do about it. And Dillon ain't taking down a John Jones and shit. But honestly, I like Dillon. I like Dillon. That's why I watched this whole interview, because I think he's funny and shit. And I respect the confidence. Why not? This was also one of my favorite parts. Yeah, Islam will just kickbox him. Like Dillon, when he says he could knock out, or he would beat Terrence Crawford in a minute. I could almost, like, you know, there's a lot more validity to Dillon Danis beating a Terrence Crawford within a couple minutes than Dillon Danis beating like UFC champions, especially like that are drastically outside his weight class. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? But it's interesting with Dillon and Islam in a pure grappling match. It's just interesting because Dillon's a true 170 pounder, I guess, even though he's a thickie, has not that much muscle. And Islam is a 55 pounder, even though Islam's a weight bully. So scratch that point, dude. That was a terrible fucking point. I want to show you another topic, though. Let me see.
But I think the reason why is okay, you fought in Bellator, right? You fought in Bellator.
Yeah.
And I felt like injuries sidelined you from you actually competing, right? But you got through those injuries, and now I feel like you're here now. Why haven't you done any Dana White's Contender Series? Or I know why you haven't, but if you want to get to the UFC, that's the route you go, right?
Yeah,
like, I don't see why they wouldn't let you in the UFC.
That's the question I have too. I offered to be in the Tough House, which is actually crazy. And Hunter said that I was going to punch someone in the house and just get out and then use it for clout or something like that. That was kind of like his thing. And he was like, just tell him to get more fights. They're scared that I'm just going to be too crazy. Like the whole Logan buildup was crazy. I hit him with a microphone and all that bullshit. And I think they think that I'm going to bring that to the UFC, where it's like a totally different game, you know? That's why this time I was a little bit more calm and showed them that, you know, I can be respectful and I could do that. But, you know, obviously when someone hits you in the nuts with a fucking bottle, I'm going to throw a mic at their face. But yeah, I don't know. I think they're just scared of me. Like Dana White even said it, like he's always getting in trouble. Like every time I go somewhere, I get into fights with people. But at the end of the day, they're UFC fighters that have security, and I'm there by myself, and they're going to attack me. I'm going to fight back. I'm not going to just sit there and not, and take it. But yeah, I don't know. The Contender Series is like, I don't know. I feel like my name is too big for that. Like, I feel like I need to come in like Ben Askren came in and like fight someone big, be on like a main card where like, because everybody wants to see me get knocked out. I mean, it is what it is, and so it's a win-win for them. So if I win, they got like me as a star. If I lose, then they got another star. So I think it's a win-win. I don't understand why they don't do it.
Yeah, well,
I say still run Contender Series just to get like a little bit of that momentum under your belt. Because I want to, if Dillon's gonna go to the UFC, I want to see him give it his best shot. And I just think that a little bit of activity, a little bit of exposure under the bright lights on Contender Series, earning a contract would give him extra confidence. The young man is already confident enough. It would give him a bit extra confidence. I don't fully disagree with just signing him straight away like Ben Askren style, Ben Askren was more accoladed though, so it's different. You know, Dillon's got 3 fights in MMA. Dillon, if we can find the clip, you'll hear him. He mentions it, but if I can't find the clip, I'm gonna just tell you now. Dillon should fight Kevin Holland, bro. UFC should sign Dillon and fucking tell him to fight Kevin Holland. That's what we want to see. Kevin Holland versus Dillon Danis. Dillon Danis talked a lot of fucking shit. All right. Kevin Holland gets raped by nearly every single grappler he fights. So let's just see it. And I'm just joking. All respect, Kevin, but you know it's low-key true. You know it's low-key true.
Yeah, I don't understand why, but I also feel like there's an entry to get in there, and I feel like if you just bite and swallow some humble pie and, you know...
I did. I just went and just fought some guy that's, whatever, 1-0. I'm 2-0, so that's an even fight. When you
no, I mean, in the UFC, I mean, in Dana White Casino, that's... Where's your goal, Dillon? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to be? UFC World Champion, right? Okay, so, you know, do you have a manager or are you your only manager?
No, I have a manager, Paradigm. Yeah.
Okay, Paradigm. So why does it... So when Paradigm calls, the UFC says, hey, I got a guy who's 2-0. He's undefeated. He's a world champion, 170-pound division. Yeah. What do I got to do to get him in? What do I got to do to get him in the octagon? What do they tell him? What do they tell Paradigm?
They're just more like, oh, he's too dangerous. He's too much of a liability and all this stuff. So it's a different... Like, I bring a lot of different things than most regular guys. There's guys in the UFC now. They're so bad. They're on like 4 losing streaks. They lost on the Contender Series, and they're still fighting in the UFC. And I'm like, just get rid of these guys and just like give me a spot. Like I want.
He's 100% right. They're like, fuck this guy being a liability. We don't give a fuck if he's too big of a liability to go on Tough. I mean, first off, that would have been good money. Like, what are they doing? Throw him on Tough. We don't care. Like if he, the UFC overthinks some things sometimes, man. Like, okay, Dillon goes ahead and uses Tough to clout chase and gets kicked off and grows his name even bigger and has a viral moment that lasts forever. Oh my God. God forbid that happens. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, you guys are passing up these viral moments because you, like, for what? Like, so what? Like, if he kicks something off on Tough and gets kicked out, like, these moments last forever. Like, that Nate Diaz season, viral as fuck, bro. Like, you guys go too corporate sometimes. This is the fight game. That's why boxing is low-key better at times, because it's like, especially in the past too, you know? Like, this is the fight game, bro. I'll give an example real quick before we resume this, but I was watching a video of Mike Tyson, and Mike was saying how one of the things that sucks about UFC fighters not getting paid that much is that you can't create a superstar if they're not living the lifestyle, the superstar lifestyle. You know? And it just goes to the point again, like the UFC shooting themselves in the foot. They're not paying these guys, saving themselves a few bucks, but they're not making fucking stars, bro. You make fucking stars. That's how you sell big shows. Look at a kid like Ryan Garcia, rich as fuck, 25 years old, got the world in his fingertips. All the fucking bullshit he gets himself into, it's all tabloids. UFC fighters are so broke they can barely even find themselves in the headlines. They gotta do some goofy ass shit. You know, some super goofy ass shit. That's why, that might low-key honestly be why UFC fighters, MMA, is low-key a little bit goofy when it comes to promoting and shit like that. Because they don't got that money to be like, yeah, I'm the fucking man, bro. So they gotta do this goofy ass shit sometimes, like skits. I say that to say, not letting Dillon Danis go on Tough is a miss. Dillon Danis going on Contender Series, I would be open to. Dillon Danis signing straight to the UFC and fighting Kevin Holland, I'd be open to. The problem is that if he's really not ready, he's gonna be in and out. But fuck it. CM Punk style. I guess we don't give a fuck. I don't really care. I want to see him versus Kevin Holland. I want to see him answer to some of his bullshit that he's been saying. Or sign Dillon Danis to the UFC on a low contract, give him a low-level opponent, not Kevin Holland, and then sign him to a bigger deal, give him Kevin Holland on some type of pay-per-view.
Understand. I'm not gonna beg for it because right now I'm making so much money. I'm making more money than you probably made in all your title fights. No offense, but like I'm making.
Okay, well, let's get into how you making all this goddamn money. How you making money? You have not accomplished. From what?
Fighting and gambling. I have a lot of sponsorships.
Okay, gamble. I would say probably gamble, but I don't know. You ain't doing enough.
Listen. When you fight and you have the name that I have and the eyes I bring, the zone pays very well.
How much do we think this guy's really getting paid, though? Drew says, not signing UFC is a miss. Worst case scenario, he gets a couple L's but brings in some viewers. Bro, we would all tune into it. Every time I make a post on Instagram where it's like fighters react, bro, without fail, I always put Dillon Danis in there. Why? Because it gets the most engagement, bro. If I don't put Dillon Danis in there, I don't get fucking, I'm missing out. I'm just throwing away like 10 comments. You know what I mean? I gotta put Dillon Danis in there. Worst comes to worst for me, somebody gets mad at me for putting Dillon Danis in there, claiming he's not a fighter. Although now he just recently fought, increased his record to 3-0. So, I mean, you're going to tell me he's still not a fighter? But Dillon Danis, my point, he brings in numbers, bro. But I was going to say, on a side note, because they moved on from that, it seems, how much we think Dillon Danis got paid from Misfits. In my opinion, bro, no more than 100 bands. No more than 100 bands. I want to say no less than like 75. No more than 100, no less than 75. Lowest I could see him taking would be like 50. 50 bands. I just don't know how much money these Misfits events gross. But KSI, I think, is a decent businessman. I think he's profiting something, or maybe at least bringing in some revenue to offset the cost, and he's just taking it as like a minor loss because he's rich as fuck. He's just doing this for the passion. I could see that. I could see KSI taking financial losses, but it doesn't really matter to him. Like, let's say he hosts an event and he loses 100K. And he hosts 10 events in the year. He lost $1 million. Big whoop to KSI. You know? So I don't know. He's probably overpaying. That's my point. Is he's probably overpaying. And maybe in the ballpark of 75 to 100. I mean, I even think 50 might be overpaying for Dillon Danis' last fight against a 1-0 guy. 1-0 versus 2-0, 50 bands. I tuned in. I did tune in to watch Dillon Danis. I did. He definitely spiked their viewership, right? But here he is telling DJ he makes more than him.
Oh. Okay, so what's what you getting, like 6 figures, 250, 350, or are you talking about you at like 850?
I'm not gonna say exact numbers, but I would say higher than that.
Okay, higher than that. Okay, then why you want to fight in UFC if you making good money? Because you know you go to UFC.
There's no way he's making more higher than that. What the fuck? 250, 350? No fucking way, dude. There's no way Misfits is giving out that much money.
You go to UFC, they go cut all that money. You ain't gonna be able to.
Know that.
Oh, yeah, I know that. That's why Black Ass got out. But you ain't gonna be able to negotiate what you can't do when you're in the zone or you're in Misfits. So why do you want to go there?
It's more about legacy, and it's more about showing. Because I know how good I am, dude. Like, I honestly, like, it fucking, you know, at the end of the day, when I'm on. But I do like.
Oh, and I do need to correct the record here. I've been saying DJ came out of, the UFC and then started his jiu-jitsu journey as a white belt after post his UFC career. That's not true. He was, awarded belts throughout his MMA career, but his professor, when he got awarded his brown belt for I think maybe like a submission win or something like that, his professor told him to get the black belt, you got to compete in a jiu-jitsu tournament. You got to compete. You can't just get it from MMA anymore. So DJ went out and competed at brown belt, competed at black belt, and he got awarded it. Let's just listen to it because he kind of breaks down his gi black belt journey And we be talking about Mikey Musumeci and what's his name, Derek Moneyberg, his fake black belt, Joe Rogan, black belt not being super legit. You got to compete to get that shit, dude, or you can't get it like in record time.
Like seeing you compete in the gi and stuff. It's actually very, very hard to humble yourself as a 10-time or how many time UFC champion?
11 time, but 15-time all around.
15-time champion, and go and compete in the IBJJF tournament in some backyard and go and compete against guys that are just random. Like, it's actually respectable because it takes.
Thanks, man.
You have to be really humble to do that. I don't know if I could do that.
Well, it's fucking hard. I don't think people realize how, in my opinion, coming from, a lot of people don't know this. I got my black belt a year ago, really? Almost. It's my first year in black belt, right? So I got when I started doing mixed martial arts, I was just training everything. Yeah. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, all that stuff. And then at one point we implemented the gi into the gym. And then I didn't really train in the gi. But then after I kept on submitting people, you know how people will get, Kamar Usman, gets his black belt. And then, Tyron Woodley guy's black belt.
Rashad Evans gets one.
Mine was, yeah, right? Like, they're not doing jiu-jitsu competition. Yeah. So when I got my brown belt, Bibiano, I think it was after I submitted Wilson Hayes in the UFC. Bibiano was like, hey.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I like Bibiano. He was a good fighter, man. He was good.
Great fighter. So Bibiano came to me, he goes, if you want your black belt, you need to compete in jiu-jitsu. So then once I got knocked out by Adriano, I was like, I'm going to spend more time in a gi just to get more reps of grappling. And then that's when I kind of started my jiu-jitsu journey in the gi. But then after I beat him the third time, I was like, okay, I'm going to start focusing on just Brazilian jiu-jitsu in the gi. Then I did my first tournament, and then I won. Yeah, I won a Master Worlds, and then I did Pans, and then after Pans, so okay, you have to go black belt. I went black belt, and then that's when I did my first competition. So I've only had like 4, where people don't realize when you go against a black belt at Masters 2, totally dude, it's like you got a guy who got a black belt
20, 30 years, and they always have like one good position that they're good at, and it's like so annoying.
Exactly.
So annoying.
But that's why I love it, because it's a challenge. Like, it's truly a challenge. The thing I don't want to have happen. He would be challenged. I just told you he'd be challenged. You said he wouldn't.
Great money. Like, hey, listen, that would just do numbers. So that would, I'm all about the numbers. That would do great numbers. I would turn on my TV to watch that. No offense back in the day.
So yeah, that's DJ's black belt journey. He competed like twice at brown belt, and then he competed at the black belt level too. So that's respectable. And he did get it, from some wins in the UFC. But after brown belt, they said, hey, you got to go legit. And I can respect that. I can respect that for sure. I can respect that. Because, you do go past blue belt, like, at a certain point. You do go past purple belt. I think brown belt to black belt is one of the main jumping points. Like, you could be a UFC fighter, world champion level, and become, like, Alex Pereira. Okay, let him have a brown belt, but I think he should have earned that black belt a little bit more. DJ style, Like, I could be up for UFC fighters who are pretty good. I mean, Pereira, he got a brown belt for taking somebody down. I think that's bullshit, and defending takedowns and shit. But, hey, it is what it is. My point is, I think UFC fighters can, get upgrades, get promotions in their belt from UFC wins, if they're submissions and shit like that. But from brown belt to black belt, you got to, especially in the gi, bro, come on. And that's the only thing that matters. No gi doesn't really do belts, honestly. So if you want to be a black belt, you got to go compete at least a little bit. And you got to succeed, and do well. You got to take it seriously. That's the point. There's one last topic here where Dillon Danis told DJ that, like, why the fuck is he just now starting to promote himself? And, like, why didn't he do that the whole time? And I kind of love it, because I've been thinking the same thing. Like, dude, DJ, like, you could have made a lot more money if you put as much effort into promoting yourself when you were signed to the UFC as you do in your retirement. Like, you get the game now. Even the whole death sentence thing, he put on death sentence. Let's just watch this real quick.
I'm very happy with my career, and I'm very happy I made the decision I did to get out of the UFC, to go test myself in a different division, a different pool, different draw. But
am I gonna watch one of his fights? Numbers, that would do that.
Would be a challenge.
20, 30 years, and they always have like one good position that they're good at, and it's like so annoying.
Exactly.
So annoying.
But that's why I love it, because it's a challenge. Like, it's truly a challenge. The thing I don't want to have happen. He would be a challenge. I just told you he'd be challenged. You said he wouldn't.
Great money. Like, hey, listen, that would just do numbers. So that would. I'm all about the numbers. That would do great numbers. I would turn on my TV to watch that. No offense, back in the day, I was like, okay, am I gonna watch one of his fights? But now it's like,
who you backing? DJ or Pantoja?
It's okay. It's okay. Michael was the same way. Michael, he told me, he goes, man, I was at Hooters when you jump in. When it was you, he goes, I was getting my check to cash the fuck out and get home real quick. So don't worry about it. I'm sure half the world was doing it. But it is, I'm not upset that I wasn't a bigger draw. I'm very happy with my career, and I'm very happy I made the decision I did to get out of the UFC, to go test myself in a different division, a different pool, different athletes. Because at that time, you look at it now, MMA Guru broke it down. Pantoja was in the UFC. I think he was in the UFC when I was fighting. The land... Yeah, he was there, and he's still there. And so is Tim Elliott, So
wow.
I'm glad... Yeah, I'm glad I was able to go over there and fight some new competition. But I think for you, this is how it's going to go. Let's get back on you.
Who do you
get your first fight
in that exchange there? You and Ben Askren.
I think they both. Between me and Ben Askren, or UFC One Championship.
Okay, UFC One Championship.
I think they both. Well, I think they both did, because they got Ben. Ben brought a lot of noise, a lot of eyeballs. The resurrection of Jorge Masvidal, the flying knee.
They made so much money off it.
Yeah, they made a lot of money. For me, I fought way longer than Ben Askren. From me going to one, they got TNT, they got Amazon Prime. I'm sure there was other things, other amazing athletes that helped that deal. But I'd like to think I was kind of like, one of the...
All right. I guess we can go on X real quick and see if there's any topics. Oh, UFC Rio preview potentially? Bro, Hamzat wouldn't maul Pereira. Pereira probably knocking Hamzat's ass out. What do you guys think? Hamzat or Pereira? And for the record, Hamzat ain't even on Pereira's radar, bro. Do Bronx versus Gamrot tomorrow. Good shit, good shit. Damn. Exposing your children to grown-ass women is sick. Grown men want to punch him and grown women want to touch him. LOL, money and girls is not his weakness. Devin Haney. Oh yeah, this dude fighting with a broken hand tomorrow. These guys verbally agreed. Marab the most tested. UFC 323 official for December 6th. So it looks like the numbered UFC card ain't going to Florida this year. They're booked for T-Mobile Arena. Interesting, interesting. Should we preview UFC Rio? Let's take a look at UFC Rio real quick. Oliveira Gamrot. I'm going Oliveira. I don't know if this is going to turn into a pick segment. It might just be. Should I go pick segment on here? This is not gambling advice, but I'll give you my locks. I'm going to go Oliveira. How old is Figgy? 37, dude. This is a tough one. Figgy versus Montel. Figgy could get... I'm going to go Figgy. I'm going to go Figgy. Who's Figgy lost to recently? Corey Sandhagen, Peter Yan. Montel could put dudes out, though. Joel Alvarez, I believe, is easy money over Vicente Luque. Although Vicente was looking spicy at the weigh-ins, tried embracing the Brazilian crowd, but I don't think they took him in like that. I don't think Brazil really claims Vicente, and I don't mean to be rude by saying that. But you go watch the weigh-ins and tell me. Jonta Denise versus Mario Pinto. Well, I think this Jonta Denise guy is like... Oh, he got stopped by Tybura. Okay, yeah. Put the house on Pinto. Put the house on Pinto. Now, these guys I don't really know. I can't even give you advice on this one. I know Ricardo Ramos, but I don't know Colin Ofley. 0-2 in the UFC? Oh. 8-6 in the UFC? Yeah, go Ricardo Ramos. Ooh, interesting. Vitor Petrino versus Thomas Peterson. Interesting matchup. Keep an eye out for this one. I might go Vitor Petrino, to be honest with you. And I don't know these ones. Call me crazy. Lucas Lacerda is that guy with the broken hand, though. So you probably want to go Simon Oliveira. If this guy wins with the broken hand, damn. Oh, I know Carolina. But it's a women's fight. I don't want to give you a pick. Jafil Fieldho, 2-2. 2-1. 50-50 fight, probably. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. I like the face-off they had earlier today. Check it out.
156! 70 quilos e 700 para Charles Oliveira.
This is Charles's fight right here. Let's see what else. There's honestly nothing. Ah, this fucking guy.
They found him. They come up with the hook.
You're sure you're getting copyrighted? But it's okay, I'll just leave it.
He's squatting.
Shout out Money Mate. I actually got something for you guys. I got something for you guys. Should we watch this? This is the full Gervonta Davis versus Devin Haney sparring war. 6 rounds, 18 minutes, doghouse rules, big money on the line. The mob was involved in this. The Baltimore mob or something like that. Doghouse rules: no time limit. First person to quit. No rounds.
Nice and slow. Take your time.
I honestly don't know if we want to get into this right now, but let's just see. Maybe the viewership, if the viewers start going up, we'll keep.
Wait to the chest. Hey, move your feet, shake. You don't do what the fuck you want to do.
So you got Tank in the white shirt, Devin in the red. You see Floyd fucking with Tank? Floyd fucking with Tank. Floyd had fucking Haney here. Look, Floyd going in on Tank. For whatever reason. Haney teeing off. Look at Floyd fucking with Tank, dude. Tank's like, bro, what the fuck you doing? Floyd telling Devin get his ass.
Take that ball. Bring it down. 30 seconds. Nice shoot.
Tank losing to Haney for a large part of this. But AB had money on Tank. See, what the hell is that? So I think AB and Floyd had a bet. Actually, I think AB had a bet with Devin Haney's dad, but still, Floyd was fucking going crazy. Damn, cheap shot from Devin. Devin literally couldn't hurt Tank at all. He had to take a cheap shot there. Now Devin's fucking pops comes in, Bill. Crazy doghouse rules. They don't make him like this anymore. They don't make him like this anymore. This is that old school shit right here.
With these two.
MMA could never with this shit. That's my biggest issue with MMA right now. I want this shit, bro. This is how you make stars, legends, man. Tank getting done dirty here, not only by Devin, but they're like corralling him in on the ropes and shit like that. Like hitting him through the ropes. This dude right here was fucking with him. Devin didn't know what to do after he unloaded on Tank so many times. And then Tank will just come and get it right back. Doghouse rules. Look at AB, look at AB. Look at AB. AB got so much damn money on the line. Look at AB. AB got so much damn money on the line. Look at him. AB would have messed up his own money, though. You're about to see it. AB messed up his own money. AB saved Haney. He was thinking he was securing his own money. See, look. See, look. AB stopped it. AB stopped it. And they're like, what the fuck, dude? No need. Did AB need to stop it? Let's see. Devin's dad would have let him get killed in there. Look, Devin's dad said, fuck no. AB messed up a lot of them that went in for Tank right here. Doghouse.
Stop
just talking shit, I think. Tank was just talking shit to the crowd. Tank's so out of his mind all the time, he doesn't give a fuck. Always doing his own thing.
Work!
Did Tank just spit water? Is that a glitch? I think that's a glitch. Kane's just eating everything from Devin.
Turn him! Use your reach.
Kane could eat Devin shots all day long. All day long.
Good.
That's why Haney's corner is calling for body shots. And then Devin reacts big off of uppercuts to the body from Kane.
We like you, Tank. We like you. Take the back. We like you, Tank. Oh, yeah. He got no in it. He got no in it. Let's go. Carry in. You carry in. Sit down there. I'm slowing down. Break it down.
Look at Floyd turning him up.
Hey, Tank, low. Y'all there. Go. Hands on the ground. Time. don't walk right into it. Keep fast like that. Underneath. It's new money now. New money. Do it again. You know your job, Psych. You know your job, Psych. Don't touch the body, Tank. Keep it there. Every millisecond control.
Just getting warmed up, bro. Kane's just getting fucking warmed up. Look at him. He's ready to go now.
Last round. Pop this game. Ain't no last round. Pop that last round. Hit that hard. Hit that hard. Hit that hard. Hit that hard. Christian White! Christian White! Christian White! Hey, make it close his mouth, damn!
Just jawing at him.
Stop making street niggas. They didn't stop making street niggas. You ain't on the street niggas. Stand. Take your time. Carry your hand.
I'm on it already. I came from the weigh-in.
He can't keep going to it. Press it. Step to him, Dan.
Tank didn't give a fuck about it. That's the doghouse fucking spar. Nobody quit. They all the time. And it's still some good shit. Shout out Fight Hype. Swear to God, Floyd owns Fight Hype, but well, he'll never admit to that. But I swear Floyd owns it, or at least everybody thinks he does. All right, boys, that's the show for today. Shout out everybody who came, tuned in. We'll do another one tomorrow. We got the fights tomorrow, UFC Rio. So yeah, tap in at around what, like 1 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. Yeah, 1 p.m. Pacific. Tap in. UFC Rio. I'll be here. Now, I don't think I'm going to start off with the first couple fights. Maybe I will. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. I might just join in after the second women's fight concludes. So I might just join in from Vitor on. We'll see, though. I'm intrigued on this Vitor Petrino versus Thomas Peterson fight. I'm intrigued on this Simon Oliveira versus Luan Lacerda, even though he's 0-2 with a broken hand. Definitely not worth me watching that, right? Jafil Fieldhill versus Clayton Carpenter should be a decent one. So, yeah. All right, boys. Shout out to everybody who tuned in.